Yes. You want me to take it? Here, I'll take it for you. Do you want more?
No.
Hey, this is Glen's cup. He may want it again later.
You better be able to get up.
Oh, you're still.
Hi, young man.
Hi, sir. How about yourself?
I figured I'd be.
Good to see you. Don't see you. What, every 10 years? About that, isn't it? Yeah.
That's right.
I thought I should be taping while they all greet.
Oh, yeah?
And while they're all greeting and hugging on each other.
Fine. How about yourself? So what's going on here?
What else we got? Campus 1, 2, 3.
What are you doing?
Taping while everyone's hugging.
1917?
That's like what you see on the post office.
Look at him.
No, you're supposed to be looking at the picture that he just took.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I got, oh, you was telling us how you met. Oh, good. Listen, let me hear. How we met? Yeah.
Nope, you're good.
Dale, you were telling me how they met, how you met Betty. Look out. Well, it was John's fault. Why was it John's fault? Because Dale was his drinking buddy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Now, we wasn't gonna tell the whole history.
And anyway, we started, they went into the Marine Corps, and I wrote to several soldiers that I never knew.
No, there's no boys in the Marine Corps.
I wrote to several men.
One of them even called her Queen Bee.
That made points, probably.
I was about 16. But I never met him. I just wrote to him and spent all my money on care packages.
And taking pictures of me.
Yeah, yeah. And anyway, I started corresponding with Dale, and he started writing back, of course, because he was lonesome. He'd write to anybody.
She's flowering it up, isn't she?
And,
How many did you propose to?
and
I proposed to her through the mail.
I wondered how many of those
But
others.
how many?
he came
Just
home.
there. Just there.
He came home on furlough. I knew he was coming home on furlough.
Now, that was out of boot camp.
So I begged Mom for 2 solid weeks to let me date Dale. Finally, she said, okay, but don't you let your daddy know. So I was all primped and primed and ready to date this friend of mine, and he didn't ask me for a date. And Mom whooped and hollered, and she rolled on the floor almost. She was so tickled.
And they was having a junior senior prom dance. And I went to the dance and she was there. And I didn't even ask her for a dance.
Oh, no.
And I danced with another girl for every day.
Yeah, yeah.
Good neighbor.
Like I said, he was,
Good neighbor.
Huh?
Good neighbor.
what?
He knew he'd been writing to you. He recognized you though, didn't
Of
he?
course he knew who I
Oh, yeah.
was.
I knew,
Wow.
I knew her before I went in the Marine as a little girl.
But I babysat, and I didn't own a formal or
And I was
anything.
18, so I made her a little girl.
This woman loaned me one of her square dance dresses. It was awful. And I And, didn't have a good time.
Now tell them about the letter that I wrote you, and then at
Oh, I
the end
don't-
of it was a joke.
Oh, it was a joke about Lone Ranger and his horse. And it led up to like he was going to propose.
I mean, it was real mushy and everything, and then
It was about Lone Ranger and his horse. Well, I was so mad. I thought, boy.
she wrote me a letter after that, and she told me what she thought of that one.
So when he came home,
weren't you?
Well, it was fun.
well, we got engaged. You know, I was 17 going on 18, and I knew I was gonna be just an old maid.
Just knew it. So you just rushed right into it, huh?
Our next anniversary will be 59 years.
But anyway, it's been a turbulent roller coaster.
Ain't everybody's?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, you hung on really good.
They had more downs than did up.
Well, I'll tell you what, I didn't have any place to run, so I didn't run very far. And we always made up. And here we
Well,
are.
that's
Now we're so old we can't fight anymore.
Well, I think Clarence and Wanda met at a rodeo, I bet.
I don't know.
No?
Hell, I was married about 2 years before I even knew he was married.
You didn't know you were married for 50 years.
Uh-oh.
Mom used to tell Betty, don't you kiss the boy, you'll get pregnant. And didn't she?
Is that why
I
you
don't
wouldn't
remember
kiss
her
me?
ever
You
saying
did,
that.
and you do too.
Is that why I didn't kiss?
Well,
I don't remember Mom saying that.
oh, I do.
She met me on, she would leave me out on the front porch, and I was going just downtown. And she said, now, Betty Jo, don't you go in any place that you're not supposed to.
And I wrote
And,
back in part.
you know, I didn't. But she told me that every time, don't you go in any place you're not supposed to. And I knew exactly what she meant.
Well, I remember that.
Well, how come you guys drug me into all those joints when I was only 17?
Yeah, really.
Well, they was older
You were
then.
only 17 when you got married, right?
Somebody help me up.
You guys got married.
Before we got married.
Yeah.
Did we run around with you?
What?
Did we run
Now
around?
starting to tell certain
We
secrets.
didn't run
I'm
around
going.
with you.
Dad, that's why we're here. That's why there's no.
That's why we're all videotaping family secrets.
How do you like that job I did? Looks nice, don't
And he
it?
was from a nice place.
Gotta keep these old boys.
We got in combat, everybody.
Make them a living.
I said, I carried that damn thing that far, I'm gonna keep looking.
They wanted the firepower back.
We have a.
One thing about,
So one night, she, felt some pains coming on. Didn't know what to do. She needed some help and she didn't know how to do it, get the help. So anyway, she went out and saddled this old mare up. Hell, she was the fool. And anyway, she couldn't hardly get on the old mare, and that's in the middle of the night too. Started in Stockton, Kansas, 14 miles. She got down the road, what, a little ways, 3 riders pulled in behind her. In 1930 out there, that's,
A lot of people.
yeah. So she tried to get the old mare into a run, which she just could just barely trot. Anyway, she pulled down into a draw. Anyway, she had me down there in that draw. Mare had a colt. She went and jumped back on the mare. I jumped on the colt. We beat them old boys. In
You're the biggest fibber.
He did that to me that day I went over there, I was taking notes.
was quiet as a mouse.
That would have been classic to be taping you while you're trying to write all that down.
Hey Glenda, we believe that till we were 14.
Oh my goodness.
So I had to go up there and told Ronnie, and I just laughed. So I knew I had to get that on
So
straight.
then we gotta get that one too.
Yeah.
Tell ya.
Old Dan, he was primed up. He was ready. He was getting ready.
Yeah, Daddy, you was just wide-eyed. But that's how I was too.
Dan, I have heard all of us.
You've heard it 100 times, haven't you?
Oh, no.
He was down better than I can.
Well, I haven't heard that before, I'll tell you the truth.
I kept wondering, how come I didn't hear this before?
That is.
I can't believe you never heard that one.
Man, this is serious.
This is true, right?
Anyway, man, old boy was hitchhiking from California.
Who was?
Me and a guy from El
On the way home from boot camp.
Was that Bob?
No, no, it wasn't from that. I took an airplane.
Bob here?
Anyway. So we got as far as Dodge City, but then we was dirty, no money, and have nobody pick us up. So we decided that whatever train headed east, we was gonna hop that baby. So they're just about dark, just, here comes an old train. Anyway, they had cattle cars then, but anyway, all the doors closed, and it was a moving, we couldn't get a door open, but they had some coal cars on. Anyway, we jumped on that, run alongside, stumbled, and finally got hold of the coal cars, crawled up in that. You know how the bottom of the coal car comes down, let the coal out.
I've seen you 2 or 3 times since I haven't seen you.
Yeah, that's right. Last time I
Yeah, I
was
was supposed to
around.
ask you about some little girl you were loving, but red socks.
That's
I
fine.
did, yeah, I finally got my hair done.
Oh, you got to wait, you got the beauty shot.
That was already planned. I wasn't gonna give it up. How are you? Good to see you.
Don't even talk about that.
Is everybody hungry?
Park that truck.
You're supposed to.
Yeah, Jackie Lou, you're in charge.
It's down and dirty right now. I still got it. Oh,
It's Danny.
Danny.
Should be a
It has been a long time.
be a better place.
At least.
You know who this is?
At least.
This is Rod. This is Jennifer. This is You are.
Where's your son going? Where's your son going?
Good. All right, that's great. Great.
Southwestern?
Kelly.
Oh, Kelly.
She was always around. I'm always gone.
Have I seen that?
We had a chance to
Do something.
Hey, what are you doing?
I gotta have.
I mean, they could have get a steam and just leave chili all over my face. So we had to go to Walmart and buy me new shirts.
No, they changed it in the car.
Well, hey, it'll work.
Yeah, you
There
can
he
do
was.
little bars like that with whipped cream and.
Melissa, you're a little
They didn't know
icicle
me.
guy. We got a garland with
When you
the
make
ice
the
cubes,
just
and they
just don't get any.
light up, and then they do that,
Oh,
and then they light
see,
up.
I'm not
and then
done my
they-
stairway yet because I haven't really found anything that I like, but
But we
snowmen
hung
are
them
good.
up in our truck.
Oh.
It was just the right length to hang in
Oh.
our truck. So we had.
So where'd you get them at?
Huh?
Where did you get those at?
Studio 56 or
Well,
whatever that is.
What, didn't we get them in Massachusetts?
Oh.
Yeah,
I want a
Massachusetts.
picture of it. Oh my God, you pressed it on your finger.
Circumstances why, but somehow somebody brought us a Christmas basket full of food, and another one had toys. They weren't new toys, but I got the biggest red-headed doll. I was so,
Pretty high up now, that's all.
that doll was that big. And she had red hair. And I'll tell you, I thought that was the best Christmas. Oh, I love that doll. But Mary Lou Brandstetter, she was younger than me. And of course, Myrtle visited quite often. And I was selfish with my dolls. I was really selfish. And I'd get that kid by herself and I said, my dolls are alone. Don't you touch my dolls. I didn't dare do it in front of Mom, because I knew what I'd get. But I put the fear in her. She didn't bother my dolls.
You know, Betty, that's the only whipping I ever had from my dad.
Because
Was on Christmas night, and I had my first doll with hair on my niece, because she always got everything dirty.
yeah.
And I got it just out of nowhere, and took down the strap hanging inside the kitchen door, and I got it for being selfish.
That would be hard because, that was new for you too. I didn't care for Mary Lou too much back then. She gave me the itch. Myrtle came and knowing that kid had the itch, and she slept with me. And then I went to stay all night with Grandma. And Grandma woke me up in the middle of the night. She said, Betty Jo, get up and take a soda bath. Those mosquitoes, the chiggers, those chiggers are about to eat you up. So I got up in the middle of the night and took a bath, but it was the itch. And I mean, I had itch all over me.
What'd they do about it back then?
Mom put sulfur and grease.
Sulfur and grease.
Yeah. I got well.
What was that thing she used to make you guys put on your neck?
That was an
Tell you what, me and your mom
acidity bag.
just done together. I'll tell you, I had more fun with that gal than a little bit. I'd tease her way out of her.
Who's that, Dale?
Huh?
Mom.
Oh,
Mom put an acidity bag on me beginning of winter, fall. And she just tied up in a little rag and a string, and I wore it the year, all winter,
what's it for?
to keep down colds.
Or anything else.
Yeah, do you remember that?
Boys.
I still remember that. Getting to hear
Your
bait.
hair.
Huh?
That's because you had a bed full of dogs.
Is that better?
Well, them dogs didn't give us nothing.
I got one I wanna tell on Glen Betty Jo. We went out, they did, and I went with them to pick greens. And I, at that time, had on my overalls, always working overalls. And I had on my overalls, and they decided they'd take a light and lunch with them, so they took some wings with them.
You can have a hot dog,
And
wing roast.
her mom was right down in the bar ditch picking greens, And I got one of the hot dogs, and I took my hand and ran it down on the inside of my overalls and stuck it out through my overalls. And she was all spluttering. I went up to her and tapped her on the shoulder.
Y'all done don't tap me.
She turned around, that wing is about 6 inches from like, oh, you crazy devil!
That's awful, damn.
One more. And after she got to be pretty old, just before they put her in the nursing home, well, she would stay with Betty one week and with Lucille one week. And she was at our house, and she always chewed her tobacco, and she had her little half pint or pint jar that she spit it in. And she, all through the years, she was very clean with it and always would dump it in the toilet stool and flush it. Well, she was sitting out on our front porch and I had flower beds down over the brick wall that I had along the edge of my front porch. And she got up, I didn't see her do it, but she got up and emptied her spit can right down over the brick wall. And I had some cactus planted down there, and I noticed it, you know, and I knew where it come from. And I went out there and I said, Mom, from now on, be sure you go to the toilet and empty your spit jar. And she says, I do. And I said, well, you done throwed some of it over the brick wall. She said, no, I didn't. I said, well, you can go over and look. She says, it must be dog shit.
Chew all her life.
All that I know about when she was young.
I got her talking, when she was staying with Mom and Dad and I came up from Texas for a visit. And they had gone somewhere and I got her reminiscing. And she said she had chewed tobacco since she was 7 years old. Cause she was raised on a tobacco farm in Arkansas.
That's where Mom got started.
Yeah.
She worked at Tucker Mills.
That's what she's talking about. She worked in the fields,
Yeah,
picking tobacco or what?
yeah.
They grew the
See, I didn't
tobacco.
know that.
And she told me she was 3.
So
Well,
take your pick.
she thought, well, this is my granddaughter, I guess I'll put the age of
I guess working out in the field, you know, they, the kids, and,
But I always got along with her
Leafing
real
about.
good.
well, they got addicted to it pretty young.
Yeah.
Ma used to chew, Ma used to chew tobacco too.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I don't remember that.
Well, she got saved and converted and she gave it up. She never done it after that.
Well, that's
But-
all I remember is her Bible.
Uh-huh. But, Mandy, all of them, Mandy chewed snuff.
Five brothers.
They all did it.
Remember that brand name, Five Brothers? Well, that's, and they was snuffing up their nose. And that stuff would kill a mule.
Reel to reel work.
Yeah.
You never did get it.
World they could
working.
do.
Oh, that stuff was
Well,
powerful.
he says he started smoking when he was 7.
You need to take the reel.
Well,
you said
John,
the-
we was down over
Video
KC
place.
Pool Hall when I was a little kid. Anyway, John say, go down and pick up a cigarette, we'll roll us a cigarette. Well, he was afraid, he was ashamed to go do it himself. I didn't know any better, so I picked up the cigarette butts, take it back up there. We'd take that tobacco out of the cigarettes, roll us up a cigarette.
That's what Granny did with me with her day's work, her chewing tobacco, when I was living with her. We lived above Graves Drugstore.
Yeah.
And she'd say, Jackie Lou, out of my day's work, you gotta go downstairs and do it." Well, I was ashamed. Back then, they would sell it to the kids. So, but she said, you gotta do it. So she'd send me downstairs to get her day's work, and I'd go there and I'd say, Granny needs her day's work. I wasn't gonna do anything, so I was chewing that stuff.
Clarence, do you remember the time that we all went to Emporia we went with Gertie? And who was she married to, and I don't remember. Gertie Raymond, maybe. And Dad threw a firecracker in the bed with them, and we went with them.
Oh, mercy.
And they got mad and went home and left us there. Do you remember that?
No.
And we were hitchhiking
I
back.
remember you stranded up there too.
Did you remember that, Glenn?
I remember.
It should have been long. And,
Well, that rough old road, you know.
Yeah.
Wasn't like it's now.
Up them rolling hills, there wasn't no cars.
and we
No, but
didn't,
you know,
and we didn't have any food. And we got, I think it was about Cassidy. And Mom and Dad sent, I thought it was you, Clarence, sent us around and we knocked on doors and asked if they had any leftovers. and we got all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
Guys
my
still
God.
might try that.
And one time we was with Butch
Oh, there's a.
somewhere,
Yeah, there is character.
and I guess the car broke down or something. You remember that, Glenn? And
The time that Butch was with us, we stayed there, I don't know if Mattfield Green or it probably was. And we stayed in the jailhouse.
stayed in the jailhouse, and they came in with a whole couple sacks, or I was little, I don't remember, but a big sack of hamburgers to feed us. And Butch climbed the cell doors like he was a monkey, just acting crazy.
How come you were stranded in the jailhouse?
We didn't have any place
Well,
else to
they
go.
let
It's
you,
just like
they
put up,
let you.
Yeah, they just put us
put
up.
up an old
Hey.
bum or something that's stranded, you know, put him up in the jail where he at least had a mattress, place to sleep.
Why were you stranded though?
They left us at the Emporium, we had no,
Something happened,
no
I don't
Where
know.
was your mom and dad? They was walking back home.
Glenn,
They
Mom,
plowed
Bo, as either one of you, and have either one of you ever gone out drinking with Butch and Pat?
I did, but time too.
I went, did one and only time,
Let's
and
tell Clay
there ain't
about
no
that.
way I'd go the second time. But we went
He's
with
neat.
them out to the Lockmore Club,
Oh,
remember
my.
there in El Dorado?
Oh, yeah.
And then I don't remember how the strange guy, but somebody that Bush knew, got in with our crowd out there. And when we got ready to go home, well, I guess Bush must have had a beer bottle with him. But anyway, he had a beer bottle accessible to him. And this guy didn't say one mean word to him or nothing. And that guy got out of the car to leave, and Butch got out right behind him. Wham! Boy, right over the top of his head. And the guy didn't do nothing to him. I thought, if he does that to him, I ain't gonna say nothing more.
No way.
I mean, for no reason at all. He done it, the guy that way. You wouldn't think it, would you?
Boy, yeah, Butch. I didn't think it would.
Well, I'll tell you,
He broke that beer bottle, that old boy.
which
Dad used to tell
cycles
a
did
story about, we was up there along that curve of a road, on a gravel road. That's where we was staying. There wasn't no work, nobody had any money, but they'd go to town trying to find anything to do. So, nobody had any money. So, Dad, him and somebody goes to town. Anyway, Butch and Pat's sitting in the ice cream parlor eating ice cream, and they wasn't supposed to have any money. Dad told me that more than once.
I didn't know that about them, but they came up there to see us. It was close to Lyons, Kansas.
Yeah,
And we were camped out by a stubble field. It had been harvested. And Mom and Dad go to town. Mom got a job doing dishes. And us kids would stay around camp. And Butch and Pat came up there, and Butch get mad 'cause we fried potatoes in the dish pan. That's all we had.
right.